The conference room door closed behind me like always, sealing away voices that never included mine anyway. I stood there holding my tablet, the presentation I had stayed up until 3 a.m. perfecting still glowing on the screen, and watched through the glass as Derek presented my ideas. Word for word, slide for slide. My work, his promotion. I should have been angry. 3 years ago, I would have been. But now? Now I just felt tired. Invisible. Like I could disappear right here in this hallway, and it would take them weeks to notice. "Excuse me, could you grab me a coffee? 2 sugars." I turned. A woman in a sharp pantsuit I could never afford thrust a $20 bill toward me without even looking at my face. "I don't work in the cafeteria," I said quietly. She finally looked up, her eyes scanning my clearance badge. "Oh, sorry." But she didn't sound sorry. She sounded annoyed that I had embarrassed her by existing in the wrong context. "Welcome back to my channel. Before we dive deeper into this emotional journey, I need you to do something for me. Hit that subscribe button and drop a like on this video because this story right here, it is going to teach you that being overlooked does not mean you are not extraordinary. It just means they were not paying attention. And trust me, you want to see what happens when the right person finally sees you. If you are new here, subscribe, smash that like button, and tell me in the comments where you are watching from. Now let us get back to Jasmine's story. My name is Jasmine Cole, and I am the executive assistant nobody remembers. Not because I am bad at my job, I am excellent at my job. I have an MBA from a state school I paid for myself, working 3 jobs. I speak 3 languages. I have saved this company millions in contracts they do not even know I negotiated behind the scenes. But I am also a black woman in a Korean-owned tech company where everyone who matters looks nothing like me. Where my natural hair is unprofessional until the white girl in marketing gets box braids and suddenly it is edgy. Where my ideas become everyone else's ideas. By the time they reach the executive floor, I gathered my things and headed to the elevator. It was 8 p.m. The office was finally empty, which meant I could breathe. I pressed the button for the ground floor. Exhausted in a way that sleep never fixed. The elevator descended 2 floors before it jolted, hard, and stopped completely. The lights flickered, once, twice, then died, replaced by dim emergency lighting. No. No, no, no. I pressed every button on the panel. Nothing. Then I heard breathing. Deep, controlled, from the corner. I had not even noticed when I walked in. "The backup generators will kick in within 10 minutes, a male voice said from the shadows. Calm, accented. "The emergency call button does not work during power failures." We wait. My eyes adjusted. There was a man in an immaculate black suit, leaning against the elevator wall, like being trapped, did not bother him at all. I could not see his face clearly in the dim light, but I could feel his presence. Tall, broad shoulders, the kind of stillness that came from power. "Great," I muttered, sliding down to sit on the floor. My heels were killing me anyway. Perfect end to a perfect day. Silence stretched between us. Then, "Bad day?" I laughed, bitter. "Bad 3 years. Bad 3 years. Tell me." I looked toward him, suspicious. "You do not want to hear about my problems. I am trapped in an elevator. I have nothing but time." Voice softened. "I would rather hear something real than sit in silence, thinking about the 50 emails I need to answer." Maybe it was the darkness. Maybe it was the exhaustion. Maybe it was because I could not see his face and he could not really see mine. So I told him everything. "I am invisible," I said, surprised by how my voice cracked. "I work harder than everyone on my floor. I am smarter than half the executives, but I am invisible. They take my work, my ideas, my time, and I smile and say thank you for the opportunity, like I should be grateful they let me in the building. Why do you stay? Because I have student loans that could choke a horse. Because my mama cleaned houses for 30 years, so I could get my degree. And I am not about to waste that by quitting when things get hard. Because I keep thinking if I just work harder, do better, stay longer, someone will finally see me." I wiped my eyes angrily. "Stupid, right?" "No." His voice was firm. "Not stupid. Hopeful. There is a difference. Feels the same when you are the only one hoping. I see you, he said quietly. Something in my chest twisted. You cannot even see me. It is dark in here. I can hear you. Your voice, your passion, your intelligence. Sometimes being seen has nothing to do with eyes. We talked for 47 minutes in that elevator. About dreams deferred and the weight of expectations. About what it cost to keep showing up when no one noticed. He told me about the loneliness of being surrounded by people who only saw your position, never your person. I told him about being talented in a place that only saw your skin. When the lights finally flickered back on, I blinked against the brightness and looked at him for the first time. My heart stopped. Sharp jawline. Dark eyes that seemed to look straight through me. Features that belonged on magazine covers. And a face I had seen exactly twice in 3 years. Both times from a distance. Kang Ye-jun, the CEO, the untouchable billionaire who owned the entire company. Oh my God. I scrambled to my feet. I did not. I am so sorry. I did not know who you were. I never would have. I should not have said any of that. Please forget everything I said. The elevator doors opened. I practically ran out, my face burning with humiliation. Behind me, I heard him call out, "Wait, I do not even know your its name." But I was gone. Disappeared into the parking garage like I did best. I did not sleep that night. I lay in my tiny apartment staring at the ceiling, replaying every word I had said to the CEO of the entire company. I had called the executives stupid. I had cried. I had sat on the elevator floor like we were equals having a casual chat. I was so fired. The next morning, I wore my most professional outfit and prepared for security to escort me out. Instead, something worse happened. Nothing. No one said anything. No one acted like anything had changed. Which meant he did not remember me at all. Our conversation, that moment of connection, it had meant something to me. To him, I was just another invisible employee. Another nameless face. I should have been relieved. Instead, I felt hollow. I was in the break room that afternoon, making coffee I did not even want, when I felt someone watching me. I turned. Kang Ye-jun stood in the doorway, perfectly tailored suit, unreadable expression. Every person in the break room immediately froze. His eyes found mine. Held them. "You," he said simply. Everyone looked at me. I wanted to dissolve into the floor. "Sir?" My voice came out steadier than I felt. "Your name." "Jasmine Cole, sir." He nodded once, like he was memorizing it, filing it away. Then he left, without another word. The break room erupted in whispers the second he disappeared. Did the CEO just ask your name? Why does he even know? You exist? What did you do? I did not have answers. I grabbed my coffee and escaped before anyone could ask more questions. But that was just the beginning. Over the next week, Kang Ye-jun started appearing. Not obviously. Not in ways anyone else would notice. But I noticed. He was in the coffee shop across the street when I grabbed my morning latte. Different table each time. Always pretending to read something on his phone. Always glancing up when I walked in. He was in the lobby when I arrived. In the parking garage when I left. And then, Friday morning, he sat down across from me at my usual corner table at the coffee shop. "Are you following me?" I asked before I could stop myself. "Yes." My coffee cup froze halfway to my lips. "What?" "I am following you. Not in a threatening way. In an interested way. There is a difference." He leaned forward. "You ran away before. I could ask you to dinner. You are the CEO. I am aware. I am your employee. Also aware. This is wildly inappropriate. Probably." He did not look bothered. "Have dinner with me anyway." "Why?" The question burst out of me. "Why me? You could have anyone. Models, celebrities, daughters of other CEOs. Why the invisible assistant no one remembers?" His expression shifted. "Because everyone else wants Kang Ye-jun, the billionaire, the CEO, the title. You just wanted someone to listen in a dark elevator. You did not know who I was, and you were the most real person I have talked to in 5 years. So yes, Jasmine Cole. I am interested. Very interested. My heart is beating against my ribs. I cannot afford to lose this job. Then do not think of it as your boss asking you to dinner. Think of it as the man from the elevator, asking the woman who made him feel human to give him one evening. I should have said no. I should have protected myself, my job, my carefully built walls. Instead, I whispered, one dinner. His smile could have lit up the whole city, but I did not know then what that one dinner would cost us both. The office changed after that coffee shop conversation. Not dramatically, not obviously, but I felt it. Monday morning, there was a staff meeting. I sat in my usual spot in the back, tablet ready to take notes no one would credit to me. Derek was mid-sentence, presenting the quarterly report, when Kang Yejun's voice cut through the room. Jasmine. Every head turned. My stomach dropped. Yes, sir? You handled the Johnson contract negotiation last month, correct? I glanced at my supervisor, whose face had gone pale. Technically, she handled it. Technically, meaning I did all the work, and she signed off. I assisted with it. Yes, sir. Assisted. He repeated the word like it tasted wrong. You drafted the entire proposal. You found the cost-saving measures that brought them back to the table. You personally spoke with their team in Korean when the deal was falling apart because no one else here bothered to learn the language. His eyes swept the room. But you assisted. Interesting. The silence was deafening. Moving forward, he continued, I want accurate attribution of work. If Jasmine does the work, Jasmine gets the credit. If Derek does the work, Derek gets the credit. Are we clear? Murmurs of agreement. I could feel the stares burning into my back. After the meeting, Rachel cornered me in the hallway. Rachel, the golden girl who had been taking credit for my work since I started. What did you do? She hissed. My job. You are sleeping with him, are not you? That is the only reason he would notice you. The accusation hit like a slap. Excuse me? Do not play innocent. You think we do not see what is happening? You think you can just skip the ladder the rest of us have been climbing? She stepped closer. You do not belong here, Jasmine. And, eventually, he will remember that. She walked away before I could respond, leaving me shaking with anger and something that felt horribly like fear. Because maybe she was right. Maybe I did not belong. That evening, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. How did you get my number? I texted back. I own the company. I have access to employee records. Probably illegal. Worth it. Dinner tomorrow. 7 p.m. I will send a car. I did not agree to tomorrow. You said one dinner. You did not specify when. Tomorrow. Wear something that makes you feel powerful. I stared at my phone, torn between tweened irritation and something dangerously close to excitement. You are very presumptuous for a CEO. You are very stubborn for someone who is interested. I can tell you are interested, Jasmine. You would have blocked this number already if you were not. Damn him for being right. The next evening, a black car arrived at my apartment complex. The driver opened the door without a word, and I slid into leather seats that probably cost more than my rent. We did not go to a restaurant. We went to a rooftop garden I did not even know existed, strung with lights and overlooking the entire city. A table for two. No one else around. Yejun stood when I arrived, and I saw him really see me. I had worn a deep emerald dress, simple but elegant, the one expensive thing I owned. His expression shifted into something that made my pulse race. You look incredible. You look like you are trying very hard to impress me. Is it working? Maybe? He smiled, genuine and warm, so different from the cold CEO everyone feared. Sit, please. I promise I do not bite. That is exactly what someone who bites would say. We fell into conversation like we had in the elevator, easy and real. He asked about my family, and I told him about my mama, about growing up in a neighborhood where dreaming felt dangerous. He told me about the pressure of inheriting a company at 28, about a family that saw him as a brand instead of a son. Do you ever feel like you are performing? I asked. Like the version of you everyone sees is not really you at all? Every single day. He reached across the table, his fingers brushing mine. Until the elevator. Until you. You did not want anything from me because you did not know there was anything to want. You just talked to me like I was human. You are human. Most people forget that. His thumb traced circles on my palm, and I should have pulled away. Should have remembered all the reasons this was complicated. Instead, I let myself feel it. This moment. This connection. Jasmine. His voice went serious. I need you to understand something. I am interested in you. Not as a game, or as a distraction. As someone I cannot stop thinking about. But I know my attention comes with consequences for you. If you want me to back off, if this is too much, tell me now. I looked at him. At the vulnerability in his eyes that he probably showed no one else. I am terrified, I admitted. Of this. Of you. Of what people will say. But I have been invisible for so long, Yejun. And you see me. So no, do not back off. He lifted my hand to his lips, kissed my knuckles softly. Then, hold on, Jasmine Cole. Because I do not do anything halfway. That should have been my warning. The next 3 weeks were a dream I was afraid to wake up from. Yejun did not just see me. He made sure everyone else did too. In meetings, he asked for my input directly. When I presented ideas, he implemented them and made sure my name was attached. He promoted me to senior consultant with a salary that made me cry in the bathroom. But it was not just professional. He found excuses to see me. Coffee runs that happened to coincide with mine. Late nights at the office where he would stop by my desk with takeout. A company event where he maneuvered to be my partner for the team-building exercise. And we laughed so hard my sides ached. People are talking, I told him one evening. We were in his office, supposedly reviewing contracts, actually just talking. Let them talk. Easy for you to say. You are the CEO. I am the black girl who apparently slept her way into a promotion. His expression darkened. Who said that? It does not matter. It matters to me. He stood, crossed to where I sat. Jasmine. You earned every single thing you have. Your talent, your intelligence, your work ethic. That is why you are being recognized. Not because of me, but it is because of you. You shine a light on me. And suddenly everyone sees. What does that say? It says the system is broken. It says you should have been seen 3 years ago. It says I am fixing what should have never been broken in the first place. He crouched in front of my chair, his hands on the armrests, caging me in. Do not let them make you doubt yourself. Please. I looked into his eyes and saw something that terrified me. He was not just interested. He was falling. And God help me. So was I. This is dangerous, I whispered. I know. We should stop. Probably. Yejun. I do not want to. His forehead touched mine. I do not want to stop. Do you? No. The word had barely left my lips when his phone rang. He ignored it. It rang again. And again. Finally, he answered. What? I watched his expression shift from irritation to concern to cold rage. He stood. Paced to the window. When? Pause. How bad? Pause. I will handle it. He hung up, his jaw tight. What is wrong? There is a board meeting tomorrow. Emergency session. Apparently, some members have concerns about my recent management decisions. His eyes met mine. They know about us, Jasmine, and they are going to make it a problem. My stomach dropped. Maybe I should resign. Make this easier. No. The word was sharp. You do not run. Not from this, not from them, not from me. You could lose everything. I could lose you. That is worse. Before I could respond, before I could process what he had just said, his office door burst open. Rachel stood there, tablet in hand, fake smile plastered on her face. Sorry to interrupt. But Yejun, you wanted the Morrison presentation ready for tomorrow. I have been working on it all week. I asked Jasmine to prepare that presentation, Yejun said coldly. Oh. Rachel's smile sharpened. She must have been too busy with other things. I just wanted to make sure you had something ready. I knew that look. I had seen it 100 times. She had done something. Show me, I said, standing. Rachel pulled up the presentation on the office screen. And there it was. My work. My research. My analysis. But every third slide had an error. Wrong data. Misattributed quotes. Conclusions that made no sense. This is not what I submitted, I said quietly. Really? Because the file says you uploaded it this morning. Rachel's voice dripped false concern. Maybe you were distracted. Yejun's voice could have cut glass. Get out. But the presentation. Get out of my office before I have security remove you. Rachel left, but her smile said she had already won. I stared at the screen, at my sabotaged work, and felt 3 years of invisible rage finally break free. She edited my files. She went into my computer and destroyed my work. My voice shook. And tomorrow, when you present this to the board, they are going to think I am incompetent. They are going to think you promoted me for the wrong reasons. They are going to use me to destroy you. They are going to think nothing, Yejun said firmly. Because we are going to fix this. You are going to rebuild that presentation tonight. I am going to help you. And tomorrow, you are going to present it yourself. I cannot. You can. He took my hands. You are going to walk into that boardroom, and you are going to show them exactly why you deserve to be here. Not because I see you, because you are brilliant. I wanted to believe him. But I had spent 3 years being invisible, and 1 month of being seen did not erase that. What if I fail? Then we fail together. He squeezed my hands. But you will not. I know you will not. We worked until 4 a.m., rebuilding the presentation from scratch. Yejun ordered food, made coffee, and sat beside me, offering suggestions but letting it be my work, my vision, my voice. Why are you doing this? I asked, as dawn started to break. You could have anyone. Someone who makes your life easier. Someone your family would approve of. Someone who does not come with complications. He was quiet for a long moment. Do you know what I thought the first time I really looked at you? After the elevator? When I saw you in the daylight? I shook my head. I thought, there she is. The woman who reminded me what it feels like to be real. The woman who looked at me in the dark and saw something worth talking to, not something to use. He turned to face me fully. I have spent my entire life being what everyone else needed. The perfect son. The perfect CEO. The perfect face for the company. And then, you sat on an elevator floor and cried angry tears about being invisible, and I realized I had been invisible, too. Just in a different way. Yejun. I am not doing this because it is easy, Jasmine. I am doing this because, for the first time in my life, something feels right. I kissed him then. Could not stop myself. It was soft and desperate, and tasted like coffee and hope and fear all mixed together. When we broke apart, he smiled against my lips. Does this mean you are ready for the board meeting? Absolutely not. But I will do it anyway. That is my girl. The boardroom was full of suits and judgment. 12 members, all men except 2, all watching me like I was a bomb, about to explode. Yejun sat at the head of the table, his expression unreadable. He had not looked at me since I walked in. We had agreed. Professional. Separate. Do not give them ammunition. Miss Cole, the chairman said, voice dripping condescension. We understand you have prepared the Morrison analysis. We are very interested to see what you have put together. The tone said, we are very interested to watch you fail. I took a breath, connected my laptop, and began. I had practiced this presentation 17 times. I knew every word, every data point, every conclusion. But, more than that, I believed in it. This was not just my work. This was proof that I belonged. I spoke about market trends and risk analysis. I broke down the financial projections and explained why Morrison was a smart acquisition. I answered every skeptical question with data and confidence. And I watched their expressions shift, from dismissive to surprised to impressed. When I finished, there was a long silence. Well, the chairman said slowly. That was quite thorough. It was brilliant, another board member said. Innovative, honest about the risks, but clear on the opportunities. Where did you get your MBA, Miss Cole? Someone else asked. State University. I worked 3 jobs to pay for it. Impressive. He glanced at Yejun. You have a good eye for talent. I should have been relieved. I should have. I've been celebrating. But I saw the look that passed between some of the board members. The one that said, we are not done yet. As the meeting adjourned, the chairman asked Yejun to stay behind. He glanced at me, a silent question. I nodded. I could handle this. I gathered my things and headed for the door. That is when I heard it. She is talented, I will give you that. But Yejun, we need to discuss your judgment. This relationship, it is bad optics. The press will have a field day. Our shareholders will have concerns. Your family has already expressed their displeasure. I froze in the doorway. My relationship with Jasmine is not up for discussion, Yejun said coldly. Everything is up for discussion when you are the face of this company. We are trying to expand into new markets. We cannot afford scandals. We cannot afford questions about favoritism or impropriety. There is no impropriety. Jasmine earned her position. We are not saying she did not. We are saying the appearance matters. And right now, it appears that our CEO is compromising his judgment for a woman he has known for less than 2 months. Get to your point. End it, quietly. Let her keep the promotion. Give her a generous severance. Move her to a different department if necessary. But end it. For the good of the company. I did not wait to hear Yejun's response. I walked out, my heart pounding so hard, I thought it might break through my ribs. This was always going to be the ending. I was stupid to think otherwise. I made it to the parking garage before the tears started. I sat in my car, forehead pressed against the steering wheel, and let myself break. My phone buzzed. Yejun, where are you? I did not answer. It buzzed again. Jasmine, please, do not run. But running was what I knew how to do. Disappearing was my specialty. I drove home, called in sick, and spent the rest of the day staring at my ceiling. My phone would not stop buzzing. Yejun. Texts. Calls. Voicemails I did not listen to. Finally, at 10 p.m., a knock on my door. I knew it was him before I opened it. Yejun stood in my hallway, still in his suit, looking exhausted and determined and unfairly beautiful. You left, he said. You noticed. I will always notice. He stepped forward. Let me in, please. I should have said no. Should have protected what was left of my heart. Instead, I stepped aside. He walked into my tiny apartment, looking around at my space like he was memorizing it. I told them no. What? The board. When they told me to end things with you, I told them no. I told them that Jasmine Cole is the best thing that has happened to me in 5 years, and if they have a problem with that, they can find a new CEO. My heart stopped. Yejun, you cannot. I can. He crossed to me, his hands framing my face. I know this is fast. I know this is complicated. I know there will be consequences. But Jasmine, I have spent my entire life making choices based on what other people needed. And for once, just this once, I want to choose what I need. And I need you. You will lose everything. I will lose everything if I let you go. His thumb brushed away a tear I did not know had fallen. The board does not control me. My family does not control me. Yes, there will be fallout. Yes, it will be messy. But I would rather fight through the mess with you than have everything easy without you. Why? The question broke out of me. Why me? I am not special. I am not from your world. I am just, you are everything. His voice was fierce. You are smart and strong and real. You fight even when you are exhausted. You dream even when the world tells you not to. You make me want to be better, not for the company or my family or the board, but for myself. For you. So yes, Jasmine Cole, you are special. You are extraordinary. And I am not letting you go. He kissed me then, deep and desperate, like he could pour all his conviction into me through touch alone. And I kissed him back, let myself believe for just a moment that maybe this could work. When we broke apart, I whispered, I am scared. Me too. He rested his forehead against mine. But I would rather be scared with you than safe without you. They are going to come after us. Let them. We will survive it together. I wanted to believe him. God, I wanted to believe him. But I did not know then that the real fight had not even started yet. The next 2 weeks were a war we did not know we were fighting. It started small. Articles appeared online. Anonymous sources questioning Yejun's leadership. Rumors about improper workplace relationships. Nothing directly named us, but the implications were clear. Then it got worse. Someone leaked photos. Yejun and me at the rooftop dinner. Leaving his office late at night. The coffee shop meetings. Suddenly we were everywhere. Gossip sites. Business news. Social media. The comments were vicious. Gold digger. DEI hire sleeping her way to the top. He is clearly having a midlife crisis. She does not even belong in that world. I stopped reading after the first day. But I could feel the weight of the stares at work. The whispers that stopped when I entered a room. The way former allies suddenly had meetings to attend whenever I approached. Yejun tried to shield me. He released a statement supporting me, defending my work, making it clear I had earned my position. It did not help. It made it worse. Because now we were not just a rumor. We were confirmed. Miss Cole. I turned. An elegant Korean woman in her 60s stood behind me in the office lobby. Designer. Everything. Cold eyes. I knew who she was before she introduced herself. I am Kang Minji, Yejun's mother. My stomach dropped. Mrs. Kang, it is nice to meet you. Is it? She smiled, sharp as a knife. Let us not pretend. Miss Cole. I know what you are, to my son. And I am here to make scene, something very clear. She gestured to the coffee shop across the street. Not a request, a command. We sat at a corner table. She ordered nothing, just watched me with eyes that saw everything and forgave nothing. You seem like a smart woman, she began. So I will be direct. My son is infatuated with you. I understand infatuation. It passes. But right now, his infatuation is costing him everything. The board is losing confidence. His family is embarrassed. The company's reputation is suffering. With respect, Mrs. Kang, the company's reputation is suffering because people are more interested in gossip than actual performance. Yejun is an excellent CEO. He is an excellent CEO when he is focused. Right now, he is not focused. He is distracted by you. You leave the company, you leave the city. You leave my son's life. You sign an NDA, and you never speak to him again. The number hit me like a physical blow. $5 million. More money than I could make in 10 lifetimes. My student loans, my mama's mortgage, everything I had ever worried about, gone. That is a lot of money, I said quietly. It is a fraction of what you will cost him if you stay. You think I am with him for money. I think you are a smart woman who saw an opportunity. I do not blame you, but the opportunity ends now. I looked at her, this woman who had given birth to the man I loved, and felt something cold settle in my chest. No, her eyebrows raised. Excuse me? I said no. I do not want your money, Mrs. Kang. I want your son. Not because of what he has, but because of who he is. And if you actually knew him, if you saw him as more than a business asset, you would understand why that matters. You are making a mistake. Maybe, but it is my mistake to make. I stood. Thank you for the offer, but I am not for sale. I walked out before she could respond, my hands shaking so hard I had to shove them in my pockets. I did not tell Yejun about the meeting. What would be the point? It would just create more tension between him and his family. More consequences for choosing me, but I could not stop thinking about his mother's words. You will cost him everything. What if she was right? The gala was Yejun's idea. A charity event for underprivileged students in STEM. He asked me to come as his date. His official date. No more hiding. Are you sure? I asked. This is going to make everything public. It is already public, and I am tired of acting like I am ashamed of you. I am not ashamed. I am proud. So, I bought a dress I could not afford. Did my hair and makeup until I looked like I belonged in his world. And when the car picked me up, I almost believed I did. The gala was in a hotel ballroom that probably cost more to rent than my yearly salary. Crystal chandeliers. Designer gowns. Wealth so casual. It did not need to announce itself. Yejun was waiting at the entrance. When he saw me, his expression shifted into something that made me feel beautiful and terrified all at once. You are stunning, he said, offering his arm. You clean up okay yourself. He laughed, and for a moment, everything felt possible. We walked into the ballroom together. Heads turned, conversation stopped. I felt every eye on us, judging, calculating, whispering. Yejun's hand tightened on mine. Ignore them. You belong here just as much as anyone. But I did not ignore them. I heard the whispers, saw the looks, felt the weight of their judgment like a physical thing. Is that her? I heard she is just an assistant. What does he see in her? Probably good in bed. I kept my head high, my smile in place. But inside, I was crumbling. Then I heard his mother's voice, not even trying to be quiet, speaking to a group of elegantly dressed women. It is a phase. He is rebelling. She is novel, different from the women we have introduced him to. But it will not last. She does not have the breeding, the background, the understanding of our world. Eventually, he will realize she is a liability. The women around her murmured agreement. One of them glanced at me, realized I was within earshot, and had the grace to look embarrassed. His mother did not. I excused myself, mumbled something about the restroom, and fled. I made it to the hallway outside the ballroom before the tears started. I leaned against the wall, struggling to breathe, wondering how long I could keep pretending this did not hurt. Jasmine. Yejun found me. Of course he did. He always found me. I cannot do this, I said, the words tumbling out. I cannot stand in that room and smile while people treat me like I am something you picked up off the street. While your mother tells everyone, I am a phase. While they place bets on how long before you come to your senses and leave me. Then we will leave right now. That is not the point, my voice cracked. The point is they are right. I do not belong in there. I do not belong in your world. And every day I stay, I cost you more. Your family, your company, your reputation, all of it bleeds because of me. I do not care. You should. I was crying now, could not stop. You should care. Yejun. Because I am not worth it. I am not worth losing everything you have built. He grabbed my shoulders, forced me to look at him. His eyes were fierce, burning with something that scared me. Do not tell me what you are worth. Do not let them in your head, Jasmine. You are worth everything. And if they cannot see that, then they are blind. Your mother offered me $5 million to leave you. The words fell between us like stones. His face went completely still. When? Last week. She came to the office, told me I was costing you everything, offered me money to disappear. And what did you say? I said no. But Yejun, maybe I should have said yes. Maybe that would have been the kindest thing. Because this, us, it is destroying you piece by piece, and I cannot. He kissed me. Right there in the hallway, where anyone could walk by and see. He kissed me like I was oxygen, and he was drowning. Like I was the only real thing in a world of pretense. When he pulled back, his voice was rough. Do you love me? My heart stopped. We had not said it. Had been dancing around it for weeks, but never said it. Yejun, do you love me, Jasmine? Yes or no? Yes. The word broke out of me. God help me. Yes. I love you. Then, trust me. Trust that I know what I am doing. Trust that I am strong enough to handle the fallout. Trust that you are worth fighting for. He took my hand. Come back inside with me. Let me show them who you are. I do not. Please, let me do this. For you, for us. I did not know what he meant. But I let him lead me back into the ballroom, my hand in his, my heart in my throat. Yejun walked us straight to the center of the room. Then he did something I will never forget. He tapped his glass, the sharp sound cutting through conversation. Everyone turned. Everyone watched. Excuse me, he said, his voice carrying across the room. I want to say a few words. The room went silent. This gala is about supporting students who have talent but lack opportunity. Students who are brilliant but invisible because they do not fit someone's narrow definition of worthy. Students who have to work 3 times as hard to get half the recognition. He looked at me, his eyes soft. I know something about being invisible, not because I am overlooked, but because people see the title, the money, the family name. They do not see me. He turned back to the crowd. But this woman, Jasmine Cole, she saw me. In an elevator. In the dark. When she had no idea who I was. She saw me. And she is the most talented, hard-working, brilliant person I have ever known. She has an MBA she paid for herself. She speaks 3 languages. She has saved this company millions in deals you will never hear about because people like you refuse to see her value. I could feel every eye on us. Some shocked, some angry, some curious. So yes, I am dating her. Yes, I am in love with her. And no, I will not apologize for it. Not to the board. Not to my family. Not to any of you. Because Jasmine Cole is exactly the kind of person we should be celebrating. Not judging, not tearing down, not offering money to disappear. His mother's face went white. If you have a problem with my relationship, take it up with me. But leave her alone. She has done nothing wrong except be extraordinary in a world that is not ready for her. Then he turned to me, cupped my face in his hands, and kissed me. In front of everyone. In front of cameras. In front of his mother, and the board members, and every person who had doubted us. He kissed me like I was precious. Like I was chosen. Like I was worth every consequence. The room erupted. Some people clapped. Some gasped. Some immediately pulled out their phones. When we broke apart, Yejun smiled at me, soft and real. Still want to run? Terrified. But no, not anymore. Good. Because I am not letting you go. We left the gala 20 minutes later. By then, we were already trending online. The kiss, the speech, all of it, viral. My phone would not stop buzzing. Notifications, messages, friend requests from people who had ignored me for years. Yejun's phone was worse. His mother called 17 times. Board, members, press, everyone wanting a statement, an explanation, damage control. He turned his phone off. Looked at me. Want to get burgers and hide at your place? Best offer I have had all night. We stopped at a drive-thru, got burgers and fries and milkshakes, and sat on the floor of my tiny apartment eating junk food in our formal wear. It should have been ridiculous. Instead, it felt perfect. You know this changes everything, I said. I know. Your family is going to lose their minds. Probably. The board might try to remove you. Let them try. Yejun, I am serious. This could cost you the company. He set down his burger, looked at me with those eyes that saw everything. Jasmine, listen to me very carefully. I have been CEO since I was 28. I have built this company into something extraordinary. But I have also been miserable, lonely, going through the motions of a life that looked perfect but felt empty, and then I met you. And for the first time in years, I remembered what it felt like to actually live. But, no buts. Yes, there will be consequences. Yes, we are going to have fights ahead of us. But I would rather have a messy, complicated, real life with you than a perfect, empty life without you. So stop trying to save me from myself. I am exactly where I want to be. I kissed him then, tasting salt and grease and something that felt impossibly like hope. I love you, I said against his lips. I love you too. Now eat your burger before it gets cold. We fell asleep on my couch, tangled together, the city lights filtering through my cheap curtains. And for one night, despite everything, I let myself believe we could survive this. I should have known better. The morning headlines were brutal. Korean billionaire defies family for mystery woman. Kang Yejun's public display. Love or PR disaster. CEO's romance threatens company stability. But it was not just the headlines. It was the comments. Thousands of them. Some supportive, many vicious. The racist ones were the worst. I will not repeat them. But they cut deep. Reminded me of every reason I had spent 3 years trying to be invisible. Do not read them, Yejun said, taking my phone. They do not matter. They do matter. These are your investors. Your customers. Your stakeholders. They are cowards hiding behind. Roamed. Screens. My phone rang. My mama, I answered, stepping into the bedroom for privacy. Baby girl, what is going on? You are all over the news. I know, mama. I am sorry. I should have called. Are you safe? Is he treating you right? He is, mama. He is good to me. Then why do you sound like you are about to cry? Because I was. Because the weight of it all was crushing me. Because I was terrified I was going to ruin the best thing that had ever happened to me. It is hard, mama. People are saying awful things. His family hates me. I am scared I am going to cost him everything. Listen to me, Jasmine Marie Cole. You have spent your whole life making yourself small so other people would be comfortable. And I love you. But I am tired of watching you do that. If this man sees you, and he is willing to fight for you, then you fight too. You hear me? You fight for your happiness. You fight for your love. You stop running. What if I am not strong enough? Baby, you put yourself through college working 3 jobs. You survived 3 years being invisible, and still showed up every day with your head high. You are the strongest person I know. Now act like it. I wiped my eyes. I love you, Mama. I love you too. Now go handle your business. I walked back into the living room. Yejun was on his laptop, jaw tight. What is wrong? Emergency board meeting. Today. They are calling for a vote of no confidence. My stomach dropped. Because of me. Because they are scared of change. Because I am not playing by their rules. He closed his laptop. I have to go in. Face this. I am coming with you. Jasmine, you do not have to. Yes, I do. You stood up for me last night. Let me stand with you today. His expression softened. Okay, but it is going to get ugly. I can handle ugly. The boardroom felt like a courtroom. 12 board members, all looking at Yejun like he had betrayed them personally. I sat in the back, silent, watching. Yejun, the chairman began. Your behavior last night was unacceptable. You made this company a laughingstock. You made your personal life a public spectacle, and you did it without consulting this board. My personal life is not subject to board approval. It is when it affects company performance. Our stock dropped 3% this morning. We are getting calls from concerned investors. Partners are questioning whether you have the judgment to lead. Our stock will recover. It always does. That is not the point. Another board member leaned forward. The point is, you are compromised. You are making decisions based on emotion, not logic. This relationship is clouding your judgment. This relationship has nothing to do with my ability to run this company. Then end it. His mother spoke for the first time. She sat at the far end of the table, regal and cold. End the relationship. Issue a statement. Move on. Save your career and this company's reputation. No. Yejun, be reasonable. I said no. His voice was steel. I am not ending my relationship because you are uncomfortable. I am not hiding who I love because it does not fit your image of what the CEO should be. And if that is a problem, then maybe I am not the CEO you need. The room went silent. Are you resigning? Someone asked. I am saying that I will not be controlled. I will run this company to the best of my ability. I will make smart decisions. I will grow our profits and expand our reach. But I will do it as myself, not as the puppet you want me to be. Then we have no choice, the chairman said. We are calling for a vote of no confidence. If you will not step down voluntarily, we will remove you. I watched Yejun's face. Saw the moment he realized they were serious. These people he had worked with for years. They were willing to destroy him because he loved me. Fine, he said quietly. Call your vote. But when I prove you wrong, when I show you that I can lead this company better than anyone, I will remember this moment. I will remember who stood with me and who tried to tear me down. He stood, gestured for me to follow. We walked out together, and I could feel the weight of their stares on my back. In the elevator, Yejun leaned against the wall, exhausted. I am so sorry, I whispered. Do not be. This has been coming for a long time. They want a CEO they can control. I am just tired of being controlled. The doors opened. We stepped into the lobby, and that is when I saw her, his mother, waiting, her expression unreadable. Ms. Cole, a word. Yejun stepped between us. Mother, do not. It is okay, I said softly. I looked at her. What do you want to say? She studied me for a long moment. You really love him? Yes. Enough to walk away if it would save him? Enough to stay and fight, if that is what he needs. Something shifted in her expression. Not acceptance, but maybe understanding. My son has always been stubborn, passionate. When he was young, I tried to control it, shape it, make him fit the mold of what a CEO should be. But he never fit. He was always too much himself. I have never seen you look at anyone like that. Because I have never felt this way about anyone, Yejun said. His mother nodded slowly. The board is going to vote against you. You know that. I know. And you are prepared to lose everything? I am prepared to lose everything except her. His mother looked between us, and for the first time, I saw something that might have been respect in her eyes. Then I hope you know what you are doing. She turned to leave, then paused. For what it is worth. Miss Cole. That speech you gave during the Morrison presentation. It was impressive. You have a good mind. I can see why he values you. It was not acceptance. It was not approval. But it was something. After she left, Yejun pulled me close. You okay? I think your mother just gave me the world's most reluctant compliment. That is basically a declaration of love in her language. I laughed despite everything. What do we do now? Now we wait for the vote. And we prepare for whatever comes next. And if they remove you? He smiled, and it was not the smile of a man who was defeated. It was the smile of a man who had just been set free. Then we build something new, something ours, something they cannot take away. The vote happened 3 days later, 9-3. They removed Kang Yejun as CEO of the company he had built into an empire. The press went insane. Social media exploded. Everyone had an opinion about whether he was a romantic hero or a foolish man who threw away his legacy for a woman. I watched him pack up his office, his face calm, and wondered how he could be so steady when everything was falling apart. Do you regret it? I asked. He looked at me, really looked at me. Not for a second. Yejun, you lost everything. I lost a title. I lost a position. I did not lose everything. He crossed to me, took my hands. Jasmine, I have spent 10 years building a company that never felt like mine, following rules that made me miserable, being the person everyone else needed me to be. And yes, I am good at it. Yes, I made them a lot of money, but I was dying inside. But, no buts. Do you know what I realized during that vote? I realized I do not want to be the CEO of a company that asks me to choose between my work and my humanity. I do not want to lead people who see relationships as liabilities instead of strengths. I do not want to spend the rest of my life pretending I am someone I am not. So what do you want? His smile was real and bright and free. I want to build something new. Something better. I want to create a company that actually values talent over pedigree, where people like you do not have to be invisible for years before someone notices them, and I want to do it with you. With me? You are brilliant, Jasmine. You see things other people miss. You understand people and systems and how to make them better. So yes, with you, if you want. I looked at this man who had lost everything because he refused to lose me, and I realized something. He had not lost anything. He had chosen. And in choosing me, choosing us, choosing authenticity over performance, he had actually won. Okay, I said. Let us build something new. Yeah? Yeah. He kissed me, and it tasted like freedom. 6 months later, we stood in an office half the size of his old one, looking at a team of 15 incredibly talented people who had followed Yejun from the old company or who we had recruited from places that had overlooked them. Our company, built on the idea that talent lives everywhere but opportunity does not. That being different is not a liability but a strength. That real leadership means seeing people, not just using them. We were not billionaires anymore. We were not running an empire. But we were happy. We were building something that mattered, and we were doing it together. You know, people still talk about us, I said one evening, looking at yet another article speculating about our relationship. Let them talk. Do you ever miss it? The power, the prestige, all of it? Yejun pulled me close, his arms around my waist. I miss nothing. I have everything I need right here. That is incredibly cheesy, but true. He kissed my temple. You know what I thought about today? What? That elevator. The night the power went out and we were stuck in the dark, I thought about how you sat on the floor and cried about being invisible. And I thought about how now, everyone sees you, your ideas, your work, your brilliance. You are not invisible anymore, Jasmine. Neither are you. The real you. I mean, No, not anymore. We stood there, in our small office, in our imperfect but real life, and I realized something. Being seen is not about being recognized by everyone. It is about being truly known by the people who matter. It is about choosing to be visible, even when it is scary, even when it costs something. And sometimes, the person who sees you best is the one you meet in the dark, when all the pretense falls away, and all that is left is truth. I love you, I said. I love you too. And for the first time in my life, I felt completely, perfectly seen. And, you know what the crazy part is? Last month, Yejun's old company tried to buy us out. Offered us 10 times what we're worth. The same board members who voted him out came crawling back, saying they made a mistake, that they need his vision. We said no. Because some things, the things you build, with your own hands, the things you create from love and purpose and truth, those things are not for sale. My mama was right. I spent too many years making myself small, but not anymore. Now I stand tall, next to a man who sees me, in a life we chose together, building something that matters. So, if you're watching this, and you feel invisible, if you feel overlooked, if you feel like no one sees your worth, hear me. Keep showing up. Keep being excellent. Keep being authentically you, because the right people will see you, and when they do, everything changes. If this story touched you, hit that subscribe button right now. Smash that like. And tell me in the comments, what's the one thing you're fighting to be seen for? What's your dream that everyone else is overlooking? Drop it below because I read every single comment and your story matters. Also, let me know, do you want to hear more stories like this? Stories about unlikely love, about fighting for what matters, about people who chose authenticity over perfection? Tell me what you want to see next, and I'll make it happen. Until next time, remember, being overlooked does not mean you are not extraordinary. It just means they were not paying attention. Now go out there and make them see you.